Hi everyone, it's Yen here, back again. It's been such a long time since I've done this type of format, just mainly because I've been more focusing on doing animations and everything so there, and digital art. I just think, like, what if I came back and to do this type of video? And this is like a video I never really done before, or even so ever thought about putting it out there, just because did I ever have the time to do it? No. Or even so trying to talk this all out. And I really wanted to do this video kind of format just because I really wanted to do a digital sketchbook tour for so long, mainly because who am I as a digital creative artist of someone who does graphic illustrations for vlogs, animation, OC artwork, and etc. there. So you get to know me more of who am I as an artist and what I do and what do I like to create and everything so there, and get to know me like a lot more better, you know. That'll be like a pretty fun idea to put myself back onto here, if you know what I mean. So right off the bat, on our first pages that we're gonna look through today is like my simple sketches of my characters. I've been doing sheets of them, doing spreads about what each character is gonna look through, and honestly, able to have these into a digital file and making sure they can be digitally creative and just exploring from there gave me so much freedom into knowing how they're building like, or how they look and what is their personality, what is their characteristics of. And it's something that this can't be replicated onto traditional, because I feel like in traditional, for me, I put a lot more force into myself where I don't feel confident with the single step of having a pencil going onto the page. I really hate doing that simply because it just terrifies me, you know. And I just know that for a fact, like when I was doing this all digitally for the last 2 years of being a digital artist and creative, I felt a lot more comfortable. It was such a learning process and a big milestone into like a curve of learning, but I gotten into a hang of it, of really loving it so far, since especially because this is like my ultimate medium. This is like a big center of mine doing and all of those so there, and it's been a creative force field of myself to ever to experience that and able to bring all these pieces into life, able to have these pieces to replicate what is in my mindset and everything that I could have, and not really the same way that a traditional field might have the same look of. I'm sorry, that was a car. I live in a really weird neighborhood. But anything so there, I just love having a feel of creativity overflowing when it comes to making my original sketches, making my original artwork, my characters and everything so there. I just love with the spread and able to have this capacity of releasing me through doing this. So I'm very happy and grateful for that. And the next spread that we're gonna look through is my illustrations. This is an illustration of myself of redrawing the old children's book of my father's dragon, and I just simply was looking at the cover of it and thinking like, wow, what if I redraw that? Or just making it like a drawing myself kind of style. Draw this in yourself, draw in your own style, that's what I mean. But anyway, so those in case. I also really wanted to go into a field of illustrational kind of vibes as well, to enhance more of my technical and creative field. And yeah, get to see this little lovely illustration of this redraw I did of my sister's drawing that she created at first. And I decided to take it into my own hands to do it in an illustration kind of way. Then I had like a lot more of going on, since I casually wanted to know that I was building up like a portfolio of full-on illustrations when it comes to like pieces that are surrounding of me, pieces that I wanted to build off of, pieces that I wanted to sell, hopefully, or even so just like able to explore what is my horizon than just making original characters design or anything so there. And I really wanted to have a feel of doing that different thing. And also it's mainly because my style differentiate from different type of brushes I use. So if I use like a crayon on brush, it means I will go for a childish look. I will go to child's book illustration kind of look. Or if I use like a simple brush that is just like accurately enough that it's both rounded base, smooth enough to be a line art, or smooth enough to be like both a drawing kind of way as still. I use that as like just drawing people or drawing characters, drawing animals, whatever you can name of, and that's literally what I can places of in there. And it's just like a really great feeling of mine at how much I can expand into and what I can actually can like not tie myself into control to stay on one field or stay on one center. I can go with whatever kind of feel I do. And especially when it comes to like graphic designing for my vlogs and everything, so that it's kind of different as well. You definitely see for sure in the later soon. But yeah, I've been doing a lot of like different types of illustrations, and especially my friends always told me that, hey, you should consider going to food illustration because you're very good at like drawing food and something like that. So I feel like that could be like your center as well. I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's kind of right as well. I also do enjoy it very much. I do, and I think that's where like a particular stance of mine is like creative of well. But yeah. Anyway, onto doing YouTube graphics. This is where a graphic page. This is where all the pages of like where I can do all my thumbnails, all my graphic illustrations when it comes to making sure like my vlogs are beautifully aesthetic to look at, and just like making sure I take my time with each video to make it more presentable and beautiful as well. And it's just like a pretty big creative identity when it comes along to doing a lot of this, since especially it became like a really great thing to myself of having opportunities open as well, or even so case it really looks good on my resume, not gonna lie to you as well. So I just really hope I continue on with that kind of sort of feel and everything. So there, I also just do it for fun as well. I think it's just a very fun and creative way to bring out my photos and my videos into life when it comes to creating artistic pieces as well. Not only I'm just like doing it for our memories, I'm also doing it for like in a way of artistically putting them to there. So I get to explore a lot of that. I also explore a lot with my animations as well, of pushing the boundaries of what I can do, of making sure it could be appealing for like in the beginning to the end, and etc. and so there. But yeah. I think on to the next page I do have is school work. I have a lot of things that I did in the start of like my first year into comics and illustration, of doing my assignment and doing an actual first time printing out a comic and everything so there. And it was a really thrilling and incredible learning experience that I went through and go on to. And yeah, I just can't wait. And then lastly for our piece is that I've been doing a little bit of fan art. I'm not very much a fan art artist, unfortunately, as much I want to, as much it's like a pretty great way for people to recognize you for what is your art style, because they already know what is characters they're already related to, fixated to onto any fandom. I just feel like personally for me, I honestly am just pretty tired to do that. I would love to have the time and dedication to do it, honestly. I really do, but I mostly just draw my own characters, you know what I mean? I even did it when I was 13 years old into doing that, and I still do to this day. But even so, then it's just random occurrence and times whenever I feel like, okay, I have to draw that character because they look fine as hell, and I don't really mind it at all. I don't really mind capturing that person's likeness or uniqueness, just because it kind of enhances a bit more of like myself as an artist, what I really enjoyed, and anything so there. So you can see a little bit of K-pop groups, idols, or Owl House, the fandoms of like animations, TV animation shows and everything so there. But yeah. Anyway, that comes along to the end of this page. I hope you guys enjoy my sketchbook tour and me rambling on to this.